Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to dive into something really exciting. Jerry Cantrell is back. He's got a new record coming out later this fall, and he's just released the first single for that record called Vilified. So if you're a fan of Jerry's solo work or of Alice in Chains, or just appreciate complex rhythm guitar work, you should really check this track out. What really caught my attention in Vilified is how he uses time signature changes to drive the song forward and keep listeners engaged. So let's take a look at that, break it down, and see what we can learn. So Jerry's always been known for his unique approach to songwriting, whether that's his signature use of a wah pedal, or those eerie minor second chord changes, or his unmistakable vocal style. His music has a certain depth that keeps us coming back for more. So when we look at Vilified, the song kicks off with a 4-bar drum solo in 6/4 time before the guitars kick in. Now, 6/4 really isn't your typical rock or metal time signature, but it's one that allows for this really cool off-kilter groove to emerge when the rest of the band joins the mix after a short drum fill. So the main riff is in 6/4 time and sounds like this. So the band keeps up that 6/4 rhythm for another 8 bars, and just when you're starting to get into that groove, Jerry throws a curveball at us and throws 4 measures of 7/4 time into the mix. And that part sounds like this. Now to get into that phrase, it's kind of tough to make out, but to my ears, and certainly let me know in the comments if you disagree, it sounds like the walk-up phrase out of that main 6/4 riff goes something like this. So again, that's a kind of a walk-up. Once the intro is done, the vocals kick in over that main 6/4 riff, and after 8 bars of vocals, the 7/4 section returns. Now, it would be easy to just get into that groove with that 6/4 rhythm and kind of tune out to what was really going on, but about the time you get to that point, this really jarring change in the rhythm happens, and it really pulls your brain back into the mix and makes you pay attention to what's going on. Now, that 7/4 section is also interesting because from a song structure perspective, it might be considered a pre-chorus, or maybe it's just a B section to the verse. Who knows? However you want to look at it, Jerry then drops into the chorus over that opening 6/4 beat, which then continues into the second verse using an additional filtered vocal passage to separate the two. Now, these verse and chorus sections repeat again before we encounter the third time change in the tune, which occurs around the 2-minute 5-second mark. And this drops to a halftime 4/4 feel. Now this is a 24-bar change, which really brings a totally different vibe to the track, almost like it's giving you a moment to breathe while still wanting to keep you on your toes. It's a pretty dark section that kind of sounds like this. And the way Jerry transitions between these time signatures is really seamless. And he also layers in backing vocals and additional guitar parts to bring these different parts forward and make them even more engaging. It's a perfect example of how to keep a song interesting and dynamic. If I were to try and label this particular section in terms of song structure, I guess I would consider it a bridge, as it does precede the guitar solo / verse mashup section before the song returns to the chorus. And these sections repeat with a few embellishments and other tweaks and improvisations through the rest of the track. Now you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, time signatures can drastically change the feel of a song. By shifting the signatures, Jerry's able to create tension, release, and keep the listener engaged throughout the track. It's a technique that, when done right, can really bring a whole new feel to the song and really take it to that next level. And Vilified is a great case study in how to use time signatures to add that complexity, keep your listener engaged, and do it without losing the song's groove. For all the guitar players out there, Vilified is a great example of how you can incorporate different time signatures into your own playing. Experiment with 6/4, 7/4, see what you come up with, see how it changes the mood of your riffs. And for the songwriters out there, take a cue from Jerry and don't be afraid to mix things up and challenge your listeners. God knows music these days is oftentimes pretty mundane. I've put a link in the description below to the official music video for Vilified. Jerry has always been a master of crafting songs that are both haunting and heavy, and this track is no exception. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell so you never have to miss a video. And let me know in the comments what you think of Vilified, and if you're excited for the rest of the tracks that are going to be on that record. And also, if there's any other songs you'd like to see me do a breakdown on, let me know. Until next time, rock on.